live. I think I'm live. Here I am back in my studio again, working on a song called, let's go find it here, 20,000 Days. And I'm at mix number 13 right now. And it's taken shape. There's some things I've changed since I first recorded this, and you won't know the difference, but I can play the different versions. Like, let's just listen for a second to mix number 11, right? Just for the hell of it. And I'll tell you what I've changed about it. Okay, so we'll start with mix number 11.
20,000 days, some people that's all they get. 20,000 days and I ain't quite finished yet. 20,000 nights.
All right, I'll tell you what I changed about that. I've got some double-tracked electric guitars left and right that are just sort of playing the same thing. And to me, the mix was starting to sound kind of cluttered and too much sameness throughout. So basically what I did, let's stop this right here, and I'll play the current mix, mix 13, and you'll hear the difference. I took out one of the distorted guitars on one side and replaced it with a 12-string electric. It sounds like this.
20,000 days, some people that's all they get. 20,000 days and I ain't quite finished yet.
Here's the 12-string. Here's the distorted guitar on the other side. Two together. There's an acoustic guitar in there. It's a bit of a B3 sound, an organ sound here. Let's play that by itself. There's the organ. Played that over here on this. The studio's looking kind of cluttered. There's the whole thing.
I sure hope they don't go by too fast. To win this race, you gotta finish last. Some of those days stand out more than others, but most of the days look just like one another.
Okay, so that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like now, and that's called 20,000 Days. And what I was thinking about doing was re-recording the 12-string, because I'm playing pretty much the same chords. Here, I'll play those two together again. Listen. The 12 strings kind of just playing chimey single notes, and then the other guitar is more just chords.
Something right.
So I thought maybe what I should do is put a capo on the 12 string and play up in a higher register. For those of you people who don't like capos, too bad. That's just too bad. I've got a picture I could show you if I could find it. Well, maybe I should put it up. I don't think anybody's watching right now. I'll look for that picture here. I'm going to find that here. Okay, bear with me. This is when I need the little be right back video that I used to have on my old live stream. Let's see, where's the... I'll find my favorite pictures. Well, this is taking too long, and I don't know who's watching. Anybody watching? If you're watching, give me a comment. I've got the comment window open. I'm likely to see it, so just let me know. Well, I'm not going to mess with this right now. I'll have this prepared for the next time I do this, if there is a next time. So, anyway, I could let you listen to the song while I'm doing that. Let's do that. Hold on a second.
20,000 days, some people that's all they get. 20,000 days and I ain't quite finished yet. 20,000 nights, I guess I must have got something right. 20,000 songs, not enough for anyone. 20,000 days, I see you're all getting out your calculators. And some of you think I'm old, you will be too, sooner or later. Unless you don't make it that far, and that'll be too bad for you. One day after another's all that anyone can do. 20,000 days so far elapsed, I think I'll double my order. I sure hope they don't go by too fast. To win this race, you gotta finish last. Some of those days stand out more than others, but most of the days look just like one another. If you think
Realize I just muted you while I'm trying to set up this screen here.
put it on my tab and get around for everyone.
Okay, so this is, I did all that for these folks who don't like capos. So there's an example of somebody using a capo, and that's my defense of capos. Okay, if you don't like capos, just take a look at this. That should be enough right there for you. Okay, where was I now? Let's see. Close that. Okay, I got my chat window open in case anybody's watching wants to chat. Ooh, where'd it go? How'd it get up there? Okay, I don't want to see that. Okay. Huh, okay. Anyway, what was I doing here? I was streaming. I'm live streaming. That's what I'm doing. I was going to do. What'd you think of that mix anyway? That sounded not too bad. Let's hear it again once here. Okay, first I'm going to just show you what I would do if I'm going to start a new mix. And the first thing I want to do is save that mix. So what I do is these purple tracks here, then the purple down here, mix 2, mix 3, mix 4, up to mix 12. Those are all previous mixes. So I'm going to save this mix. I'm on right now mix 13. I'm going to duplicate mix 12. And now I've got it says mix 12, and I'm going to change that to say mix 13. Mix 13. Okay, now it says mix 13. And I want to go to the output track and make sure anything that's altering the sound, like this right here, is it's a room correction curve here that EQs the sound coming out specific to my room. I want to make sure that's off. So all this is off here. Now I'm going to go to the track view, what I call the track view anyway. And I'm going to go here, make sure this marigold colored bar up here is highlighted so that it's, see, now it's off, now it's on. It's on, that means that sets the parameters for the cycle of the song. So it's going to go from one end to the other. That's as long as it's going to go. And then I'm going to go up to File. I'm going to pull down to Bounce Project or Section, and then click OK, and then going to make sure it's named mix number 13. And now it's going to mix that. It's going to mix that all down. And see if you're seeing that. Yes, you are seeing that. All right. Cool. There I am right there in the corner. How about that? Cool, cool, cool. Okay. It's almost done. Okay, so it's done. I'm going to go up to the upper right corner and click this button up here, which are all the files in the session. And the idea here is I'm going to save this mix that's that I'm currently in, mix 13. Scroll down here to the bottom because it's the last thing I did. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to drag it into the track session, window under mix 13. Drop it in there. Now there it is. Close this up and do that. And now I'm going to turn back the room correction software on, the Sound ID. And then we're going to solo that. I'm going to play the track and then we'll solo it. We'll solo it. You don't hear any difference. So there we have it. Now I've saved it all so I can get back to it if I want to. Actually, I haven't saved it yet. So I've got a button on my controller here. It's lit red and it says save. I'm going to press it. Now it's off. Okay, I've saved that. And go back here. And now I can go up to File and pull down to Project Alternatives, New Alternative. And this will be mix 14. I click OK. Now I've got mix 14. Now I'm starting a new one. And if I want to go back, if I decide the changes I made in mix 14 suck, I can go back to mix 13 by pulling down here to Project Alternatives, pull down to mix 13, and it'll open up mix 13, and I'll have everything as it was. And I can go back to other mixes too. Let's, for fun, this will be fun. Let's listen to some of these other mixes once. Just one by one, just see what they sound like. You'll hear how it changes over time. So here's mix 2. Let's listen to 13 here.
20,000 days and I ain't quite finished.
That's the current mix. Here's mix 3.
20,000 nights, I guess I must have got something right.
Goes back to 13.
20,000 songs.
Here's mix 4.
20,000 days, I see you're all getting out.
Probably a different reverb on the vocal or something on that. Let's take 13 again.
And some of you think I'm
Here's 5. Back to 13. Here's 6. 13. Mix 7. Back to 13. Mix 8. 13. Here comes mix 9. Okay. That was 9. There's 13 again. Here comes 10. There's 13. 11. 13. Here comes 12. And 13. Well, I think you can tell how the mix kind of opens up when I lose the one distorted guitar. There were 2 of them and all those other mixes up to 13, and replaced one of them with just a chimey 12-string. Sounds way more open to me. Okay, so let's move on here. What do I want to do in 14? 13 might be okay. I might just keep that mix. That sounds pretty good. Okay, let's go back to the Logic window here. And I'm thinking I want to re-record the 12-string part. So I think I'm going to just do that. Here's the 12-string track. I'll go to the track view here. That's what it looks like right here. And I think I want to go ahead and record another one. So I don't know what this is going to sound like on your end, but I'm going to go get a guitar right now and get ready to do that. Get a cable and a guitar, and you won't hear me for a while here. Okay. So let's do this here. I'm going to mute the mic. You won't hear me. Okay, I've got my 12-string guitar, and I'm going to tune it up. This will be fun to listen to, tuning. So I'm going to put the capo on now because the neck is heavy here. So let's see if I want the capo on the 3rd fret here. Nope, not there. Well, you get to watch me tune now. This will be fun. This is good TV. Actually, I might as well put the capo on first and then tune it, because with the capo on, it's going to change everything. Just a reminder for you people who hate capos. Right there. There's the guy using a capo. Anybody who doesn't like capos. I know there are people who don't, who say you're cheating if you use a capo. I do not agree with that. Now, this may or may not be better than if I do it this way, but I'm going to try this. Enjoy the listening to the tuning. That's always a good time here. I don't know if I'm going to bother with this. This is getting to be too much trouble. Putting a capo on a 12 string. Maybe I won't use the capo. Let's see. Let's just see what. Maybe I'll just leave it alone. Maybe I'll just play it again. So, you're listening to the sweet sounds of Jim tuning up a 12-string guitar. It's probably fascinating. This is one of those situations where you're not going to say, oh, it's good enough for rock and roll, because I got the right one. Tuning properly makes everything better. It's just not fun to listen to. And I go into this live streaming in the studio fully aware that this might be boring as mud to people, and you'll just scroll past anyway. I'm working on a song called 20,000 Days. Sounds kind of distorted, doesn't it? Okay, that's probably the amp model. So let's go look at that here. Here and close the tuner up. Over here. There's the amp model I'm using. This is an Apple Logic, looks like an AC30 model here. I'm too lazy to mic up an actual amp. So let's see here. I'm going to turn the gain down a bit. Okay, let's cut one here. Let's record one. Okay, get to the top of the song. Oops. Okay, gonna record one. Gonna mute this microphone while I'm doing it. So here we go. I'm gonna mute that.
Some people that's all they get. 20,000 days and I ain't quite finished yet. 20,000 nights, I guess I must have got something right. 20,000 songs, not enough for anyone.
Okay, I want to do that again because I need to have the sound up in the studio louder because it was very quiet. I guess I could put headphones on, but I'm playing it through the monitors right now. So what I'm going to do now is undo that track. Should see it go away now. There it is. It went away. And I'm going to record it all over again. So let's do that. First, I'm going to mute my mic here.
Some people that's all they get.
Okay, there's a take. I had a feeling like my G string was out of tune. Go back to the top here. Yeah, that wasn't in tune, so I'm going to have to do that all over again. So I'm going to click the undo button, and that will go away. Okay, now it's gone away. We're going to have some more fun with tuning. It's in tune there, but when I'm squeezing it too hard, it kind of goes out of tune. You hear that? Okay. Sounds in tune there. Let's go back to here. No, that doesn't look right. Hold on. Oh, wrong string. Always fun to play things on a 12 string. Pick up a 12 strings and things just happen. Oh, see, that's wrong. Okay. Enough of that. Let's do another take here. I wonder if I could play it up here. I'm going to do it the way I was doing it. Okay. Hit the save button there. We'll do another one. Make sure we're at the top here and record button's engaged. Okay, let's go. Here we go. I gotta turn that off. Oh, I forgot to mute my mic. Let's mute my mic here. Muting the mic here. Okay, I think that's a good take. I'm going to stop and we'll just take a listen to it and do a little mix on it a little bit here. Okay, so hold on a second. I'll be right back. I'm going to unplug here. Turn this down. Unplug the guitar. Unplug the guitar. Guitar away. Guitar over here. All right, let's listen to what we got here. I'm going to save that, of course, and we're going to go to the top. Let's go to the top here, and we'll do a little mix. First thing I want to do, actually, you can see how big this waveform is here. I want to do a little gain staging here. So what I'm going to do now is go up here and pull down functions, apply a normalized region gain, and I want to make it peak at minus 18 dB. Because then I won't have any problems with overloading things here. So there, as you can see, it's got much smaller here, right? Okay. Close that. And let's have a listen to it. Okay, hold on. First of all, problem is I got to unclick this button and that button. Now let's listen to it.
20,000 days, some people that's all they get. 20,000 days and I
Turn it
ain't
up a little
quite
bit.
finished yet. 20,000 nights, I guess I must have got something right. I see you're all getting out your calculators, and some of you think I'm old, you will be too, sooner or later. Unless you don't make it that far, and that'll be too bad for you. One day after another's all that anyone can do. 20,000 days so far elapsed, I think I'll double my order. I sure hope they don't go by too fast. To win this race, you gotta finish last.
Sounds pretty good.
Some of those days stand out more than others, but most of the
Question
days
is,
look just like one.
is it any different from 13? Well, I mean, I played basically the same guitar part. Maybe I played a little cleaner. Maybe it was in better tune. Let's listen to 13 for a second. This is mix 14, just as a reminder where we are right now. And I'll continue with 14 here, and then I'll punch in 13. This is 14. Here's 13.
If you think this one is hot, man, you should have seen her mother.
That's 14.
I don't care what it looks like, I still want another. How old would you be
This
if
part,
you
yeah,
didn't already?
look at that. That starts right here.
How old would you be if you didn't already know how old you are? If you didn't
Okay, that sounded pretty good. Just it really isn't much different from 13. I just played it a little cleaner, maybe, and that's fine. I was gonna do the capo, on the 12 string, but I couldn't make this capo didn't really work well with that 12 string. It just had a lot of dead notes. And just as a reminder for all you anti-capo people, here's an example of another guy using a capo, and it seems to work. It's worked out well for him, So if he can do it, at least with the capo, I can do it. But I chose not to. Should make the purists happy. I know there are people like that. So that's basically where I'm at with this. I may just mix this again. It's really not that much different from mix 13. This is mix 14. And I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's maybe just ready to mix and master and be done with, and then move on to the next song, which I was going to do today, but instead I decided to try the capo, the capo on the 12 string, but it really didn't work out for me. I really had a problem with notes coming up dead. I have a better capo for the 12 string. I just don't know where it is. It's around here somewhere. It's a mess. It's not this one. It's not that one, no. And it's not this one. Well, it looks kind of like this one, but yeah. Anyway, that's where we're at with that song. A song called 20,000 Days. I may not be back again until Monday, maybe start a brand new song. It's not a brand new song, but a brand new recording of a song. And I haven't had an idea of starting from scratch, just from the beginning, and just going through as far as I can go in a day and see where it's at. And then Tuesday, maybe do it over again with carrying on. Anyway, that's it for today. I think I'm in the studio today. My name is Jim Pellinger. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Facebook, like it, or whatever it is you do on those things. All the smart YouTube people have a speech about it, and I don't. I'm just kind of like, I don't even know if this is. I'm spending more time talking than I am actually doing the work, so this kind of gets in the way a little bit of the work. But a friend of mine asked me, "Hey, you can do some more live streaming?" And I'm like, I'd forgotten that I'd done this like a week or two ago, where I'd live stream a mix. Right, so I'm sitting here mixing, boring as mud, because mixing, if you're not doing it yourself, is just watching a guy listen to the same music over and over and over and over again and making tiny little changes that you don't even hear yourself. But the guy who's doing the mixing, he can hear it. That's how you end up with 14 mixes of a song, and that's not even a lot. Okay, so anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to sign off now. My name is Jim Pellinger, and you've been in my studio. How about that, huh? How cool is that?